Hello. Hi guys, welcome back to Shout channel. In this video, I'm actually going to expand on the difference between dream and the sleep. Because if you remember, one of my previous videos was talking about why I look so young for 28 years old. And I think sleeping or meditation are the great way to de-stress. Yeah, so please stick around and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you don't like it, please also comment below so I can improve as well. Okay, so let's talk about the difference between sleep and the meditation. And the dream is part of the sleep. So I'm just going to define the two first. So sleep in here, I think I'm talking about the nap, the short period of sleep where you probably only go to the rapid eye movement, the REM sleep. And because in that period you can actually control what's inside of your dream. Yeah. And when you wake up, you probably still remember some of fragments of your dream. Whereas if you sleep for longer, then you enter the deeper state. And that's not what we are talking about here. And so that's the sleep. Then the meditation. Meditation is where you using different stance and trying. I think essentially they both put the body into the rest state, but in the meditation, I think you are more in control of what's your brain is working on. But some people, for the beginners, they probably gonna fall asleep at some point, because they're if you treat brain as a muscle, then if you cannot keep working hard on your muscle, then you get fragile and tired. Cool. So the next bit, I'm going to dive deeper, what is sleep and why is it important. So basically, I think from a scientific point of view, sleep helps you improve your immune system, and it will somehow get rid of the unwanted information. So it's like you delete off all the useless information in your computer, and then your computer gets faster. Okay, so and sleep is, I think if you want to get a good sleep, then you probably need to have some supplements before you enter the dream state. And also I think there's a transition between the awake to dreaming state. And so when you're awake, I think you're more aware of the reality. But when you're dreaming, I think your brain's still working, but you enter another reality. So it's more like maybe some people call the spiritual reality, or somebody calls virtuality. And there are debates about these things. So that's why I think the more you practice to like what kind of things you want to dream of, then you can actually practice this, then entering this dream state. It can be very positive for your hormone level, and sometimes I don't know if this possible. It's like people actually dream about the future, because when your brain defragmented the past, then it actually accelerates and trying to puzzle up and to predict the new picture, what's gonna happen in the future. And this happens to me a few times, but I think I'm still practicing the sleeping way. Then I'm gonna talk about the meditations next. So the meditations, a lot of ancient Eastern kingdoms like Indian, in China, like Japan, Korea, a lot of monks, they practice these things because in the Buddhist teaching, that like the reality is almost same as the nothingness or virtuality. 色即是空，空即是色. And it actually means they think life is a pointless game if you think it's pointless. And so I think that's why they really focus on the inner self, because if you think you're gonna be happy, and if you think you're gonna forgive yourself, then you're more likely to achieve your reality goal. And if you want to be rich, then just keep dreaming about like how you're gonna be at that position, and your brain is gonna like position yourself and test it in different scenarios. It's a bit like AI, but at the conscious level. So the next bit I'm gonna talk about, so why some people choose to meditate and some people choose to sleep. So I'm just going to explain how to sleep and how to meditate. So for the sleeping part, I think partially it's about the food and the temperature and how like your sleeping atmosphere, but then there's the internal side of it. So let's go through the supplement side. From my experience, I think a bit of fat and carbohydrate that can stimulate your dream atmosphere. I don't think protein that helps a lot, just because I don't feel anything at the moment. I've been practicing napping and sleeping for probably last 10 years. And so once you lay down, I think there is a hormone triggers, and that I think it's probably oxytocin, and then you will, the more you practicing the sleeping, then you will actually enter dream state faster. So there are a couple of things you can keep in mind before you lay down. So it's probably same as meditation. You need to have certain objective before you go into the dream state. Then it will be faster, and your dream is gonna be more vivid, and makes you de-stress more. So basically, how I see this is there are fundamental human needs. For example, food, the beautiful views, beautiful architectures, beautiful art, beautiful people, and there are, if you can like dream of these things, that gives you the positive energies. But on the opposite, in the Star Wars, there are Jedi and the Sith. So if you're gonna go to the wrong route, which is more like sometimes some people do practice things, but I wouldn't talk about it. But it's mainly about like really bad events, and and so how to meditate. So for me, I've tried it with a couple of friends to meditate. I think it's because my body position, my head is bigger than the body, and it put a lot of stress on my neck. That's why I find it's quite uncomfortable. So, but the thing is, the good thing about meditate is it helps you like improve your postures, and your spinal cord, your nerve systems, it work all the way through on your back muscle stuff. So before you go to meditate, it's similar to go to sleep. You have to think about maybe good food, good views, or just focus on certain area. So like if you focus on your chest, then you put all your energy and mind like just on that position. Then after a while, because when you're doing your muscle, when you contract, then you get sore, then you have to relax. So your brain is the same. It will go, like it will have a lot of crazy stuff goes into your mind. Then what you're gonna do is to focus back on that same starting point. Like if you focus on chest, you have to focus on your chest, all the energy that goes into that area. Then I think on the higher level, you can actually feel the blood, and your energy level is around that area. At least that's what I believe. And Alternatively, the sleep in the, I think how I last time, I believe sleeping that triggers more hormone than meditation, and also for spirituality, maybe the meditation, it will so-called there's a third eye here. It probably can open that area so you can feel like the electronic magnet, like feel the nature. But somehow in the sleep state, the spirituality is what I explained earlier. You actually, like in the Bible, the people actually receive the message from God. It's through sleeping. And that sleep is very important because it doesn't open the third eye, but it will accelerate your vision for the future, if you know what I mean. And if you are worthy, then that is actually means if you always dream about the good positive things, then you're gonna receive more truthful vision. That truthful vision, I think in the Muslim culture, they think is the message from the halal, and if you dream about the bad things, then it's received from someone else. Yeah. That just out of my curious. I'm a Christian, and I truly believe people can receive message from God through different ways. And for me, I believe sleeping is the way. That's why I keep practicing. I love sleeping, and I want to share my experience. And it also makes you young as well, and improve your immune system. So this is the video for today, and I don't know if you can follow my thoughts, and if you think my ideas are crazy and interesting, please subscribe, and more video will be like this coming in the future. Thank you.